Mikel Arteta comments on Arsenal potentially appealing William Saliba red card. Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta has commented on the club potentially looking to appeal the red card decision against William Saliba in the weekend defeat away to Bournemouth. The Gunners suffered their first loss of the campaign as the Cherries beat them 2-0 thanks to two goals in the second half, with Arteta's side having been a man down since Saliba's dismissal in the 30th minute. This is not the first time Arsenal have had to play with 10 men this season, as they have also been on the end of some controversial decisions, which saw Declan Rice sent off against Brighton and Leandro Trossard shown a red in the draw with Manchester City. Saliba's sending off didn't initially look as controversial as those other two, but it did come following a VAR check, while a similar challenge by Chelsea defender Adare Bioyo against Liverpool only received a yellow card. The issue for Arsenal now is that they will be without Saliba for the Liverpool game, which is a huge worry, as they urgently need a result against Arne Slot's informed side. Arsenal often struggle against mid-table clubs but have done well in their recent matches against the Big Six, so this might be a real opportunity for them to bounce back and also dent their title rivals' hopes at the same time. Still, for now, it's not that clear if Arteta and co will definitely appeal the Saliba decision on the back of that Tosin foul the following day. Saliba has been a hugely important player for Arsenal since becoming part of their first team in the 22-23 season, forming a rock-solid partnership with Gabriel Magalhaes in central defense. It would be a big blow for Arsenal to have to go into a big game without the Frenchman, especially as the club have already been suffering so many problems with injuries this season. It seems everything is going against Arsenal right now, and it may even be that they will be without all three of Saka, Odegaard, and Saliba against Liverpool. Alan Shearer says Mikel Arteta has one major problem to fix at Arsenal. Arsenal suffered their first Premier League defeat of the season on Saturday evening. To have any aspirations of winning the Premier League title, you simply can't give up that much ground at this stage of the season, so evidently, Arteta has some work to do on the training ground, and Alan Shearer has outlined exactly where his side are going wrong. Speaking on the Rest is Football podcast, Alan Shearer said Arsenal must address their disciplinary issue if they want to win the Premier League title, following William Saliba's red card against Bournemouth. He said, Arsenal are not going to win the title if they continue to get red cards because it's just too tough in our league, in the Premier League, to be, no matter how good you are, to go in against 11 versus 10 for an hour. It's so difficult, and it's already proved, isn't it? They have got the 3 times it's happened this season. They have only taken 2 points from 9, so that tells you how hard it is going to be. So yeah, they have to cut down on that, otherwise they ain't going to win the league. Arsenal are now beginning to fall into must-win territory if they are to have any chance of winning the Premier League title this season. They are next in action on Sunday as they play host to the frontrunners Liverpool, who have made a brilliant start to the new Premier League campaign under Arne Slot's stewardship. The Gunners then travel to Newcastle before another away trip at Chelsea, so it could be a season-defining 3-game period. Arteta will indeed be without arguably his best centre-back, Saliba too. Arsenal are scouting £50 million winger who plays it just like Nico Williams. According to Cout Offside, Arsenal are scouting Borussia Dortmund winger Jamie Gittens ahead of the winter transfer window. Gittens has caught the eye of the recruitment team in recent games, though they aren't alone in their interest. The 20-year-old is also being monitored by North London rivals Tottenham Hotspur, who have gained positive scouting reports. However, it's understood Dortmund have no desire to sell Gittens, so it takes an offer of around £50 million to even get them to the negotiating table. It's not yet known whether suitors would be willing to pay that kind of fee for the former Manchester City and Chelsea youth player. Gittens has enjoyed a productive start to the season, registering 7 goal involvements in 10 outings so far. Interestingly, the 2004-born is of a similar profile to long-term Arsenal target Nico Williams, according to FBref data. Clearly, Arteta is looking to sign a jet-heeled winger in the next window, and Gittins could be a more attainable alternative to Williams. Arsenal, Newcastle and Aston Villa among transfer suitors for €35 million playmaker. Arsenal, Newcastle United and Aston Villa are understood to be showing strong interest in the potential transfer of Red Bull Salzburg playmaker Oskar Gloch, who is valued at around €35 million by his club. Sources with a close understanding of the player situation have informed Cout offside that Arsenal, Newcastle and Villa are keen admirers of Gloch, while other big names around England and Europe, such as Manchester City, Atletico Madrid, Bayer Leverkusen and Borussia Dortmund, have also been monitoring his progress. The talented 20-year-old looks like the latest exciting prospect being developed by the Red Bull clubs, and one imagines it won't be too long before we see him earn a big move, though he won't come cheap. Still, Cout Offside understands Salzburg could open the door to a sale this January if the money is right, with the club prepared to listen to offers in the region of €35 million, while the player himself is also open to a move to the Premier League. It remains to be seen if any of the interested clubs will make Gluch a priority for this January, but one imagines it will be well worth keeping a close eye on the Red Bulls striker situation. Arsenal are currently struggling without the injured Martin Odegaard, so might have room for another creative to come in, while the likes of Newcastle and Villa will surely be tempted to keep on strengthening as they both hope to be in the mix for a top 4 place this season. Gluch might well be tempted by a big name like Arsenal, but Newcastle and Villa are also both exciting projects, and both those clubs might be better picks for the youngster for now in order to ensure he keeps getting regular playing time, whereas there would surely be more competition for a place in Mikel Arteta's side. Arsenal lead race for a transfer of 74-goal contribution superstar who could cost €100 million. Arsenal are reportedly leading the race for the potential transfer of Sporting Lisbon striker Victor Gyökeres as he continues to produce superb numbers for club and country. The Sweden international was playing in the championship with Coventry City not that long ago, having previously struggled to establish himself in a spell at Brighton, but he is now becoming regarded as one of the finest forwards in the game. It seems Arsenal are now really keen to swoop for Gyökeres, and a report from Vigac's states they are currently leading the race for the 26-year-old who could cost as much as €100 million to prize away from Sporting. The Gunners would do well to spend big money on a top center forward like Gyökeres, who could take the pressure of the likes of Bukayo Saka and Kai Havertz to deliver the goods up front. The report from Vigac's notes what a superb all-rounder Gyökeres is, as he's contributed a remarkable total of 74 goals and assists since his arrival at Sporting last season. We don't often see Arsenal splashing the cash on one player, but there have been some expectations down the years, such as Declan Rice and Nicolas Pepe. Further back, Arsene Wenger even surprised a few people with that huge deal for Mesut Ozil in the summer of 2013. So perhaps Mikel Arteta will feel it's worth going all out for this exciting big name up front. Gyökeres seems ideal for Arsenal's needs, though the big question mark will be about whether he can take this kind of form with him from the Portuguese top flight to English football. It surely won't be quite as easy for Gyökeres to score so freely against Premier League defenders, but at the same time, he would have the benefit of better teammates around him, so it's an unpredictable one, but surely a deal most Arsenal supporters would welcome. I will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.